Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Spellweaver. My name is Boltor, and today I wanted to start a small series that I'm going to do. I got a lot of people asking me to do deck discussion videos, ones where shorter videos I should say, where I just kind of sit down, there's no gameplay, I just discuss decks, say, hey, this is what the deck is, and this is how the deck works, and everything. Kind of like a highlight for the deck, and I guess it's so people can better understand the decks before they sit down to play them, or maybe people just love listening to my voice, who knows. But I do this channel for you guys, so if you request something, I'll do my best to do it. Some things are beyond my ability, but anyway. So the first one I wanted to go over was well, first, the collection of decks that I'm going to be doing in these videos. I think I'm going to be doing somewhere along the lines of 4 or 5 of these, maybe just 3. I haven't quite decided yet. At least 3. I have 3 decks lined up for this, let's say. So, this first one, they're going to be all from the latest Asperia Cup. The Asperia Cup Invitational, where we had some of the best players with Spellweaver facing off against each other. This is in prelude to the Pioneer Invitational, and I'll be doing Pioneer Invitational decks when that tournament is over with. But as of right now, we've got the Invitational, or the Asperia Cup Invitational. Excuse me, I can't get my words out today. So first things first, let's talk about the first place deck. This deck comes to us from Lorenthiel, who ended up winning the whole thing. So it's a Wisdom Corruption deck. A lot of the decks that we saw at the Invitational were pretty, pretty par for the course, pretty stock. Coronis Implants, Dominion, Wisdom Control, a little bit of energy, Mono Wisdom Energy, Hermelian Elves. We kind of saw everything. But there were a couple different decks, ones that you probably don't see as often, if not at all, because we did even have a Grand Reunion deck, you know what I mean? But I wanted to highlight the decks that you don't see all too often, I wanted to highlight the decks that were trying something a little different. And this one kind of does, and it's a first place deck, so I figured I'd spotlight it or highlight it anyway. And so this is a Wisdom Corruption as opposed to Wisdom Dominion, which everyone decides they want to play. This one's Wisdom Corruption, which I've always enjoyed. A little bit of corruption mixed into everything. What does that say about me personally? But anyway, so you've got your usual card draw engine with the Disquisitive Spirit, Library Guards. You're not playing Ancient Wisdom, because I've played this deck quite a bit, and you're never really hurting too much for cards. Also, you don't really need too much of a draw engine, because you're playing cards like Splitting Headache and Mesmerizing Spirit, the discard engine, where you're not having to worry too much about drawing cards to have the hand advantage. All you need is the discard, and once you've discarded, made your opponent discard their hand, you drop a Silencer, so whatever their top decking is removed, or I guess what is it? Blocked, canceled is the term. It's always different, among all the different card games. I have to move my mic for a second. And because of that, it allows you to kind of jump ahead tempo-wise. If you're able to reduce your opponent's hand to nothing, or maybe just shrines, and they're in top deck mode, you slap down a Silencer, and not only do you have the advantage of them being in top deck mode, but you have the advantage of basically getting a couple free turns because of Silencer. You get a couple of free turns because they can't play anything. Maybe they top deck a big creature, a 5-mana card that they try and they play to remove the Silencer, but you still prevented them from playing that big creature or that big card. So it's just all about extra advantage in this deck. Moving on to some of the removal, you've got the Noxious Fumes, which is probably the best early game removal. 1 mana, kill something with 2 health. It also has got the ability to help you trade up. Blood Witch Harpy kills a 4/4, or Noxious Fumes plus Blood Witch Harpy kills a Karthos. Blood Witch Harpy being a really good answer to Powerless Incarnate, because Powerless Incarnate is a level 1 creature. I mean, you've got a little bit of ramp with New Horizons. You have New Horizons, but because you're not playing Dominion, you don't have Power Surge. But this is all, of course, before the nerf to Power Surge, which wasn't really a nerf. All it did was kind of slow the card down just a teeny bit. But anyway. But what you are playing instead are creatures that have a bit of stickiness, and in combination, they have an ability to kind of win the game all on their own. And those creatures that I'm talking about are first Necromantic Cult. Necromantic Cult, if you can slap them down early and maybe, move them to the back row so he can't be attacked, if your opponent doesn't have any real way of dealing with him, then all of a sudden he's going to start to grow and grow and grow, and anyone who has played this card or played against this card and have it live knows just how much of board control, just how dominant this card can be, because not only does it stick around and actually hit for a lot if you are attacking with it, but it can, if you get enough might emblems on it, it can start removing creatures basically for free. Remove 3 counters, kill something, get another counter back. So it really just helps to kind of control the board. Even if you're not using it to kill things, the fact that you can basically fling what are essentially weakness emblems all over the place means that your other creatures, your Mesmerizing Spirit, your Blood Witch Harpy, your library guards, can kill things, can finish them off, and then put emblems back on Necromantic Cult. It's just a great value card, and it's very good against aggro. And of course, this deck doesn't play Word of Pain, but it does have the drain win condition with Succubus. You're only playing 3, so in essence you can only drain 9 life, but that means your opponent, your opponent's sitting at what, 11 at least, as long as they're not playing any life gain. But not only does she drain your opponent for 3 life, but she also attacks for 3. She's a flyer, so she can be kind of hard to deal with. Basically, this deck seeks to deny your opponent what they're trying to do and out-advantage them. I mean, it's a control deck. That's what control decks do. They like to out-advantage their opponents. That was my phone. I apologize. Beautiful fiance messaged me. But at any rate, and of course we've got Consume Spirit, which you're digging at least double corruption, if not triple. And so Consume Spirit becomes really good. -2/-2 to something your opponent has, +2/+2 to something you have. This deck can win through combat, it absolutely can, but it's not its only win condition, shall we say. Okay? So, have a go. If you have the cards for this deck, go ahead and build it. It's a great deck, it works great. I've been having success with it. Of course, Lorenthiel's a much smarter, much better player than I am, so I should hope that he can make a solid deck. So stay tuned for more of these videos. I think I'm going to sit down and record all of them in a single day. I don't know if I'm going to post them all in a single day, but I'm definitely going to sit down and record them all in a single day. So this is the first one in a series of what I hope to be 3 to 5, maybe. It kind of depends on a few things, but at least 3. You guys can expect at least 3. So thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, please comment, subscribe, like the video, thumbs it up, and all that. The whole 9. I do this channel for free, blah, 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 blah. You guys have heard that speech before. So I'm going to wrap things up here. Again, expect more deck discussion videos. I will get back to gameplay, but again, this is something that you guys requested of me to do, so I'm going to do it. Expect gameplay video either, well, now that it's within a week of the Pioneer Tournament, expect gameplay video after the Pioneer Invitational, which Fuzz and I will be casting alongside Notches, who will be doing a different stream. Fuzz and I will be doing the official Spellweaver stream, as I understand it, but I gotta wrap this video up because I wanted to get it in under 10 minutes. So again, thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope to see you at the Pioneer Tournament, and gameplay videos will come, and thank you so much for watching. May the cards rise to meet you and bring good RNG to your enemies' enemies.